There's nothing quite like sitting down to a good meal, especially when you think you're making a healthy choice. But what if I told you some of those so-called healthy foods might actually be working against you? That's right. Some of the things we've been told are good for us could be causing inflammation, making our joints ache, our energy dip, and even affecting our memory. And at our age, we don't need anything else working against us, do we? Now, I'm not here to scare you, just to share what doctors and nutrition experts have been warning us about. Because when we know better, we can do better. And today, we're going to talk about 4 foods that might be sneaking into your diet, wearing a healthy disguise, but really causing more harm than good. The first one might surprise you. It's fruit juice. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's natural. It comes from fruit. And yes, that's true. But here's the problem. When fruit is turned into juice, all the good stuff like fiber gets stripped away, leaving behind a whole lot of sugar. Even if it says no added sugar on the label, that natural sugar hits your bloodstream fast, spiking your blood sugar and causing inflammation. And over time, that can lead to joint pain, fatigue, and even trouble with your heart. Now, I used to love starting my day with a big glass of orange juice. Thought it was the best way to get my vitamins. But then I learned that eating a whole orange instead gives me the same vitamins, plus the fiber, to slow down the sugar rush. And honestly, I don't miss the juice one bit. The second food on our list is something many of us grew up believing was a health staple: margarine. Remember when they told us butter was bad and margarine was the smart choice? Well, turns out that might have been some bad advice. Most margarines are loaded with artificial trans fats and processed oils that can trigger inflammation in the body. And inflammation is like throwing fuel on the fire when it comes to arthritis, heart disease, and even brain fog. Now, I'm not saying you should go back to eating sticks of butter with every meal, but a little real butter, or better yet, olive oil or avocado, can be a much kinder choice for your body. It's all about balance, right? And before we move on, I want to mention one more thing: granola. Oh, how I loved my granola. Thought it was the perfect healthy snack. But store-bought granola is often packed with hidden sugars and unhealthy oils. All those clusters and sweet flavors. They can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster and leave you feeling sluggish. Don't worry. I'm not saying you have to give up granola forever. But making your own at home with oats, nuts, and just a touch of honey, that's a game changer. And it's easier than you might think. So, we've covered fruit juice, margarine, and granola, 3 foods that might be causing more trouble than they're worth. But there's one more big one we need to talk about, and it's one that's hiding in plain sight in so many of our pantries. Now, the last food on our list is one that might really catch you off guard, because it's something many of us eat thinking it's a smart, healthy choice. I'm talking about deli meats. The turkey slices, the ham, the roast beef, those convenient, ready-to-eat options we grab for quick sandwiches or salads. They seem harmless, maybe even lean and protein-packed, right? Well, here's the problem. Most deli meats are loaded with preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, along with high amounts of sodium. Doctors warn that these additives can cause inflammation in the body, especially in our digestive systems. And for those of us dealing with high blood pressure or joint pain, that extra salt and those chemicals aren't doing us any favors. Plus, processed meats have even been linked to a higher risk of certain health issues we'd all rather avoid. Now, I'm not saying you can never have a ham sandwich again, but maybe we can make better choices. Look for nitrate-free options at the store. Or even better, try roasting your own chicken or turkey at home and slicing it up for sandwiches. It takes a little more effort, but your body will thank you. So, let's recap real quick. We've talked about fruit juice, too much sugar without the fiber, margarine, full of processed oils, store-bought granola, hidden sugars and unhealthy fats, and now deli meats, packed with preservatives and salt. These are all foods that might be sneaking into our diets, wearing a healthy label, but secretly causing inflammation and other problems. But here's the good news. Once we know what to look out for, we can make simple swaps that still let us enjoy our meals without the aches, fatigue, or other issues. Instead of fruit juice, have a piece of whole fruit. Swap margarine for a little real butter, olive oil, or avocado. Make your own granola at home with wholesome ingredients. And choose fresh, unprocessed meats over deli slices when you can. Small changes like these can make a big difference in how we feel every day. And at our age, feeling good is what it's all about, isn't it? Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these foods affecting how you feel? Or maybe you've already made some of these swaps and seen a difference. Drop a comment below and let's share our experiences. After all, we're all in this together, learning as we go. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss more tips like these. Because taking care of ourselves should always be a priority, no matter our age. Here's to making choices that help us feel our best today and every day. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're never too old to feel great. Take care.